That's me. I need to feed Bruno.
All right,
Oh, Bruno.
think we did it.
Bruno.
Think we are live. First time in
All right.
Nice. Oh
10 million
wow.
years, I think. Yeah, somewhere
Your
around
summer's been
there.
that good, huh, Billy?
Oh man, it feels like it's lasted that long. I just gotta.
What? I'm
Oh, I'm
Oh
the
jealous.
exact
man,
opposite actually. I feel like summer just went by.
no,
Same.
it has been a dragon for me right now. So
Oh,
Oof.
really?
yeah. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yours is on there, huh? Your
Okay.
avatar is
Yeah,
on
I
that
just
on the
updated it,
site.
so there we go.
Boom.
Yeah,
Or
and it's on the site too. So
oh, on the site. Cool.
yeah, on YouTube. But yeah,
Yeah, using our little first time. I
hey,
think this is our first time we're doing this, right? With the
well, all
AI
three of us. I
avatars.
think me
Yeah.
and you did it,
Oh,
Chuck.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We have got it going. All right,
Cool,
cool.
cool. Welcome to the show. We got two watchers already. Thank you for joining in. And yeah,
We
let's kick it
are
off, people.
we are back. All right, so we got to start with the obvious, right? We
Wait,
got
wait,
to do
wait.
a
Does
little
everyone remember how to do this? Do we remember how to do this? Am I
I
good?
look,
Okay. All right.
I
Audience, y'all good? You remember how to do this too?
I
Y'all
remember
can chat and ask questions along the
I I,
way. Okay.
I
I
just
think so. I'm back in football mode. I was in basketball mode for a while, but yes, I think I remember how to talk about football again. Thank you, quarterback on Netflix.
Oh man, yeah,
Oh
that
yeah.
okay, okay, you know what? I forgot to write that down. I was thinking all day today, we got to talk about quarterback, and I didn't write it down at all. So don't let me forget this. But I haven't watched it yet, so I know I need to. I know it's on the list. But
I'm with
Really?
you. I like have tried to start it like a bunch of times and I keep getting interrupted, because mom life.
mm,
And
Oh,
same,
that's
yeah, so
same,
okay.
it's
yeah, same,
yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
same issue, same issue. All right, positive yards, raw, raw. We got to get started with you first before we dive into this.
Damn, I didn't even think about this. Uh, no, I swear, I was like, yeah, oh yeah. This is always the hardest part of the show. What good happened? Um,
It's a dude, you got like 3 months to look back on, so
right, right,
I
right.
fingers crossed there's something in there.
Oh, no, no, that's what I was gonna say. I got to see the goat, the soccer goat, Messi.
Oh, oh, that's right. Okay,
Nice.
talk to us
Yeah, yeah.
about
I
it.
went to
How
that
was it?
Inter Miami. It was nuts, man. It was nuts. Like, I mean, did you watch the game, Billy? I know you didn't, huh? But
I know. Billy did.
No, I
Right
yeah,
missed it. I missed the
there.
game, but I saw the score, so it's
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Almost got him, but the goat doing goat things, man. He came back on us, and yeah, it was crazy out there. It was a lot of fun. There was some crazy fights and people getting tased afterwards. So, but to me,
Ooh.
that seemed relatively tense because actually expected a lot worse. Like, if y'all have ever been out to so reside in Dallas, the FC Dallas Stadium, it's not very big at all. It's very small. So
Yeah.
when they said that they were going to be playing, there was a petition going out for by fans saying that they should move the game to AT&T Stadium where the Cowboys play, just because it's a little bit better built infrastructure for that number of fans. But all that being said, it ended up being, I'd say a couple guys getting tased. That's actually pretty chill. Like
Right, right.
nothing worse happened than that. Um, I'm
Huh.
sure the Hunts were there, as you know, they own the Chiefs and FC Dallas, so
Hmm.
I'm sure they were in the crowd somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I didn't get to sit next to them. I missed Clark's text, to go sit in the box
Right.
or whatever,
The
but it's
Oh,
invite, you
fine.
missed the
you missed
invite.
that.
Right. But yeah, man, it was a good time. Yeah, that's mine. Got
Did
to it's yeah, cool being at stuff like that. Like you getting to see like a Mahomes or a Messi or LeBron Jordan if you got a chance to see him live, things like that.
Yeah.
did
To
you
see
happen
the
to
goat of that sport.
right?
Yeah.
And did you happen to go into the Hall of Fame that's down there that's attached to Toyota
I've been
Stadium?
there like 4 or 5 times. I've never been in there.
Hmm.
I've never been to the Hall of Fame. There. One of these days, I might. I don't know if they open it to the public like during the week when there's not a game going on, but I might have to just go in there one day.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it works, but I've heard good things about it, and I definitely want to. I want to see it myself sometime. Hopefully when
Yeah.
Sporting travels down there, or whatever the
Yeah,
case
man,
may
come
be.
through.
Yeah,
We'll hang
we'll make
out.
it happen. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Fantastic.
But yeah, that's mine. All right, who's next?
Oh, Hung is obviously.
Oh, I was about to say
Wait.
Billy.
Nah,
Darn it.
you can.
No, I'm really thankful. Summer, although as fast as it has been, the boys start school on Monday. It was nice just to kind of slow down. I know it didn't seem like I slowed down in the summer, but I'm forced to slow down in the summer because the kids need to be here or there and doing stuff, and we're not running at 5 million miles an hour, maybe just like two, you know. So I was grateful for this time. So it was nice, even though it was really, really fast.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, school's already back. Like it's funny, like my awareness of this is the school zone lights are on again when I'm heading to the gym. So I'm like, oh, the kids
Mm-hmm.
are back. Like that was fast. Like damn, to me it's still
Yep.
summertime. I feel bad for these kids. Like,
Right, right.
yeah,
Right?
It's like,
like
man,
the pool is still open. We shouldn't have to go back to class yet.
Exactly.
Still
We should
100
wait
degrees.
until the pools officially close. Exactly.
it's
Yeah.
a
All
great,
right, Billy,
great
your turn for
measurement. All
positive
right, now
yards.
that I've kicked it down enough,
Hmm.
oh, you know what? All right, yeah, I think the one that I would have to pick is just recently, a week or so back, we got to pick our seats for the KC Currents new stadium, which is really cool because like it's kind of like setting in to be real now. It's the world's first women's purpose-built sports facility in the entire
Oh
world, and it's just kind of like, and now I get to be like also, some of the first people to sit in that stadium and watch a soccer game.
Inaugural.
Yeah, and it's really cool. We
that's
got
pretty
some
cool.
fantastic seats, so I'm really excited for those. Yeah, it
Okay,
opened.
wait. Rewind.
Rewind.
Didn't you guys? I thought that you guys gave up your season ticket, so you
That
have
was for
since
sporting. We gave up sporting
sporting. I'm sorry, this
tickets
is
and
Casey
kept
Current.
the
Okay,
current ones. Yep. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Which, of course,
Yeah, I have
yeah,
another
I
friend.
mean, that's something I get to kick myself with now is that we gave up season tickets to Sporting and then Messi comes to the league. And so if I want to see him play in person instead of just, my regular tickets, I'm going to have to pay something like $300, $400 to go see him in garbage seats. Like, come on. It's like, ah, go
Yeah,
figure. Go
It's,
figure.
cheaper than Taylor Swift tickets, so you
Oh,
know.
man.
that
If you could
is
even find those,
true.
right?
That is actually true.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor Swift is a different kind of goat.
Oh, man.
Right.
Something
Oh,
else. Absolutely. It was crazy when she came to town here too. I don't know if she impacted you all, but
I don't
yeah,
know if she's been here yet, but I know I did see when she was in KC all the different posts from friends of mine and stuff. So
yeah.
yeah, it did look like it was pretty wild out there.
It was busy. Yeah,
mhm.
it was a busy one. Stay off the highways for a little
Trail of
while.
glitter and sparkles
Oh,
and friendship bracelets all the
nutty.
way through, huh?
Friendship bracelets.
I
Absolutely.
love it.
Unfortunately,
Oh, I love it.
our boy Kelsey didn't get the phone number, man.
Well,
I was disappointed.
He
man,
didn't.
poor guy. He's gonna have to
Yeah,
find
I'm
some way
sure he's
to
hurting.
get her attention
Get
somewhere
over it.
else, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
All right,
man.
but yeah. Anyway, what happened with our Chiefs? Is that what we got next?
I,
Chiefs
I
are
guess we can talk about
ranked number
this.
one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
most recent
We
power
got football to
ranking.
talk about? Okay.
Yeah, we
a
can
little
talk about
football.
some football
It's
if
getting
we
back.
want.
It's getting back.
You know, have to do our pop culture podcast some other time, I figure. So we can
Eventually, and I've
eventually.
seen so
It may
much
be
Eventually.
it
more.
may, it
No,
may be next
Eventually.
off season now.
and since the last time we talked about that, I've seen like a few more movies that I want to talk about. So
That's
it's actually
perfect.
funny. It's actually good we didn't do it then because I was like, no, now I want to talk about these.
Now we got so
So
many to
this is
talk
gonna
about.
be like a extravaganza.
It's going to be multi-parter, that's for sure. Absolutely. All right.
Before we continue, I just
Yes.
want to say this. I feel like we need to start saying this every show. If you're listening on live on YouTube, please help us out hitting that like and subscribe
Yes.
button. We would love to have you join us, and of course, we'll shout out our socials at the end of the show to where you can see us some more.
Yeah, yeah. Anything to help the algorithm out. We need it. It's
Yes, please.
Absolutely.
get us some loves here. So, all right. So the first power ranking or most recent power ranking, whatever we want to call it, Came out with the Chiefs, surprisingly, I'm sure, to everyone as number one. Never would have seen that coming in about a million years, I'm sure. As, you know, yeah, to be expected, right? Or
Just a little.
nothing's really changed a horrific amount, from our Super Bowl to now. So, seems pretty obvious, doesn't it?
We're
Just,
winning this
just
year. This has been just the victory lap of victory laps all off season long. Whether it's Saturday Night Live, you're number one on everything. Quarterback, Mahomes, number one quarterback, number one player, NFL top 100. What
there we
have you?
go.
I'm not used to this, guys. I'm still that middle school kid that's used to
Right?
the Matt Castle Chiefs
I'm still
going
waiting
like
to.
Right?
I'm still waiting to wake
5
up.
and
Yeah.
12. Yeah, like I'm not. This is different, man. It's
it's
different.
it's something else. So we did have the Chiefs at number one, pretty well easy to predict, and then of course number two, though, this is the one the Eagles came in at number two, and I
Which one
think
is that on the? Sorry, not to cut you off. Is that on graphic? Do we have a graphic of this?
we do not know, because somebody
Oh,
was
okay, no,
really lazy and didn't put together the slideshow until 5 minutes before we
okay.
went live.
Gosh,
All
remind us
right.
to talk to him, okay?
Yeah,
So,
to
yeah.
cut his salary some. It's pretty bad. Here, I'll pull it up. Let's do it this way though. We can just look at it here. All right, straight from the NFL website itself. So yeah, number two is Eagles. I mean, yeah, I'm probably not that surprising, but a little bit surprising to me is just because I feel like they've had enough turnover where number two is a little harder to retain compared to, some of these other teams that will come in. Specifically, I think the 49ers. I just don't see the Eagles
Really?
being better than the 49ers this year,
Oh,
personally.
I completely disagree. I think the Eagles are reloaded. Like they're
I
definitely
agree with
dominating
Ross.
the NFC East this year, and I think they'll be right back in the mix. Especially with what seems to be going on with the Commanders. I'm sure we'll discuss that a little
Yep.
bit, and then of course the Cowboys. Who else they got? The Giants. I don't believe in the Giants, man. No, like the Eagles will be back. Yeah. They got to just win their division, and then like I said, like the NFC. Yeah, I think it's theirs for the taking.
See,
Um,
and that's where I'm bringing in number three is just with the 49ers. I mean, I think the reason that the 49ers didn't get to the Super Bowl is just how unlucky they were with injuries at the quarterback position during the
Hmm.
playoffs.
sure,
And I
sure.
think, it's like they're going to come back. They're going to come back with vengeance. I do think the NFC Championship game is going to be the Eagles versus the 49ers. I think that's going to be a really good game. But yeah, I don't know. It's because neither team had huge turnover, but I think the Eagles had just enough turnover, whereas the 49ers are going to be out for blood, and that just makes a difference. So
Sure.
I think they'll be wanting to prove themselves. But hey, I think we all three also laughed at the Eagles even be rated top five last year about this time,
Why
and
do we have
It
to?
sure
Why do we have
did.
to go back to those and dig up those receipts and stuff? Why
that's
do we do that?
where we all just kind of
That's
dropped the
we've had
ball
I
on
some
don't know
that
what
one.
you're talking about.
we've had some bad takes on this show. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
And
It's fine. New
yeah, so
chapter.
I'm
New
probably
chapter.
I'm
New
probably wrong.
chapter. There we go.
Probably wrong about that for sure. Yeah, I'm. And hey, you know what? If Jason Kelsey ends up being on the second best team in the league this year, I won't be mad.
Sure.
No.
All right.
Um,
What we
After
got
that,
next?
so number four is good old Bengals, our favorite group of individuals to interact with online.
Hmm.
Still,
The bus. Hmm.
although I mean, I don't know about you all lately, but I've been noticing on Chiefs post, it's the Eagles still chirping, Eagle fans still chirping, and not the Bengals as much anymore.
Oh, I still
Compared.
notice Bengals
But yeah, it's
fans
still a lot
all
of
the
Bengals
time.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys? Am I the only one that's still disappointed that like they didn't that they're not doing this game, the Chiefs Bengals earlier in the season? Because I really think that they're banking on both teams just remaining completely healthy and completely top dog. Which of course that's what we hope for us and everything. But that's not
Of course.
always how the NFL works. Yeah, and you already saw Joe Burrow is
Mm-hmm.
now wait there's
Hmm.
I don't know how long he's expected to be out. I've heard what Jamar Chase said. He doesn't have to come. He shouldn't come back to like week 5 or something like that.
I heard he would
But
miss the
Yeah.
first 4 weeks. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I kind of wish they had put. Well, I guess now I say that now, thinking about his injury. Now he got hurt before the game would have been when I wanted it. So I guess it worked out. But
Right.
that's just something to think about. How healthy both these teams will be by the end of the season, and how what position they'll be in the AFC seeding for the playoffs and all that. So definitely something to look out for. Um, yeah, I can't wait for that game, man.
It's gonna be a
I
good
love
one.
having like just a team to hate, like because the Raiders, you haven't been holding up their end of the bargain, okay? Oakland
No.
or Vegas or
Like
wherever
everybody
you're at
hates
now.
them, but yeah.
Do we hate them?
I mean,
I mean,
because they're always going to be a rival, right? But like competitively,
Well, yeah,
it's on a different level.
it's just like the whole rivalry that like the Cardinals and Royals have. It's like, yeah, it's there,
Right.
but who cares? We know what the outcome of those series is going to be, and it's the
Yeah.
same for me with Chiefs and Raiders. It's just like, yeah, of course they're going to be my least favorite team forever and ever because it's the Raiders, but also like,
we hate them, but they're not a threat.
right,
We know they're not a
exactly,
threat.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so
I mean, if a Raiders fan wants to come and post on my post, like, all right, dude, come on, it's like I don't care. But the second a Bengals fan shows up, I'm pulling out the stat sheets and everything, and we're just,
right,
we're
right.
gonna go point by point about how many Super Bowl rings we have and they don't have. So, yeah.
Me and the one Raiders guy I know, we're like so civil with each other because we just know what's up. We
Right.
just know.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
all
my sister and I,
yeah.
we remain civil as well.
Well, that's good because you guys are siblings. But
It's perfect. Love it.
absolutely.
All right, the
All right.
Bills, dude. I don't. At what point are these guys going to drop out of the top 10? Even is it just me, or does it feel like their time is past somehow?
Only because I can see that the Dolphins and the Jets seem to be getting a little bit better, so they might pose a threat to them this coming season. So we'll see what happens. Like, yeah, say what you will, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers. They could surprise us.
Yeah, it turns out I was just
No,
a year early with my prediction on that. With the Jets
what was
winning
your
the AFC,
prediction again?
the Jets winning the
Uh, uh,
AFC East last year.
oh, the AFC East, yeah. Yeah, no, I mean they're still in the conversation. I don't see
Yeah.
why we would take them out. Like they made it all the way to what the divisional round
Yeah,
last year, so
where they lost to
the
was
Bengals.
it the Bengals?
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
so
the Bengals. Yeah.
yeah, that was the we'll see it out Burrowhead, which yeah, how'd that work out?
So
Um,
perfect.
but yeah,
Yeah,
we doing the all 32 teams?
I figured we'd just do the top 10 real quick, knock this
Yeah,
out. Because there is this one right here that I wanted to talk about. The Baltimore Ravens coming in at number 7. Dallas Cowboys at 6. It,
no, we can skip. Let's go. No,
yeah, if Dak
we're
plays
not
like
understanding.
Dak can play, yes, they're 6. He won't. They're not 6. That's it for me. I think, right?
I'll
It's
show,
just
I'll show you the video of the interception he threw earlier in
right.
practice. Yeah.
No, the big one I wanted to talk about is the Ravens coming in at 7, because I think this is outdated now.
Hmm.
Like Zay Flowers maybe has enough of an impact on that team in order to turn them around because it does feel like they've always missed that go-to de facto wide receiver that a you know top 10 quarterback needs in order to be successful. But I don't know. It just feels like to me with how their defense performs so up and down, and especially with like their lack of control over their defense, it seems too, with the huge personalities that they have out there, unable to keep each other in check. That's like, all right, so you're going to have to be banking on the offense to come in and cover for, when somebody blows their coverage or makes a mistake and all that. And will Zay Flowers be that guy or not? And it'll be interesting to see how this goes. It's just, it feels
I'm
way
just
too high for the way they've been playing lately.
I'm just not super confident in Lamar's health. I don't know if he can
Yeah,
stay
there's
healthy all
Yeah.
that too.
season. So yeah, and then I'm definitely not confident in OBJ's health.
Well, yeah,
Um,
man, I even forgot he went to the Ravens. Yeah, there's no way.
yeah,
I mean, he's yeah. He has to be there to help Zay Flowers out. I think that's the move they made there
sure.
more than anything, which is great. But you know,
He seems like such the mentor type.
yeah, honestly. Oh God. Um, I think this is the first time in forever three AFC East teams are in the top 10, but probably well deserved, right?
So yeah, Jets. Who else?
I'd say
Bills,
so.
Jets
Jets,
and Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah, at number nine.
Okay. Yeah.
So you got 8 for the Jets and 9 for the Dolphins here. Um,
Yep.
I mean,
They'll pose a threat, I think, to the Bills. Like, so that's why I think it's gonna be harder. Like the Bills' best shot, the Bills probably had a better shot last year than they will this year, because I think their division's gonna be tougher for them,
so they'll
to
have to like
overcome.
prove
So
themselves, kind of thing, right? Is
yeah,
that? I can see it. Well,
but yeah, it'll
yeah.
be one of those teams.
And then I mean, yeah, the
Not your
Dolphins.
pets.
Hey, you know what?
Nah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that either. I'm not so confident in Tua's health either.
Right.
Yeah, that's the issue here, and I think just like with number 7, but also with the Dolphins, it's like they have so much potential, but then their quarterback's going to get hurt for multiple weeks in a row, and then that's when they'll lose out.
Right.
Because the margin for error in the AFC right now is tiny.
Very slow.
Yeah,
Very slow.
you have to be on top of every single game.
Who's number 10?
Number 10, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everyone was saying last year that they'll probably be back. They're a
Yep.
scrappy young team. They just need some time to figure it out. They'll probably be back in the mix of things. So yeah, I'm not mad at that.
Well, and it's hard to bet against Doug Peterson too.
True.
He's fantastic. If he had been there before Urban Myers had really messed up, like if
Oh
he had been
God.
hired and not
Uh,
Urban Myers, I mean, Jacksonville Jaguars are in a completely different
They
position,
would have a
higher up here.
little bit
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
can
More
I
momentum
just
going for
say
them.
a small
Say it.
tangent? Small tangent
Boy.
because I know we're going to talk about quarterback in a little bit. The other Netflix thing I am so excited for is called Swamp Kings. It's like '07 or '08 or whatever, Florida Gators. So
Uh-huh.
you got Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, Aaron
Oh
Hernandez.
boy.
Like I do. I
Swamp
cannot wait for
Kings,
that.
adding it to my list right now.
Yes. It's I don't know when it drops. I think later this month, but yes, that is going to be appointment viewing for sure.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I hadn't even heard about that yet.
Ooh. Um,
All
let's
right.
see.
Outside of the power rankings, they also did some predictions on, who would be stat leaders in certain things. And Kansas City's own Travis Kelce was predicted to be number 1 in touchdowns, receiving touchdowns,
Love it.
in the
Okay,
NFL.
yeah, I can
But
see it.
yeah,
Yeah, who's
absolutely.
stopping him?
You know,
Who's
um,
stopping my man? Except for Taylor Swift, who's going to shut him down?
right. Only person who can shut down Travis Kelce is Taylor Swift.
Apparently,
Absolutely. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, hey, maybe we'll finally see a non-quarterback win MVP, right? So I can keep living in that dream world for as long as
Yeah,
humanly
I
possible.
don't
nah, I
know,
doubt it.
Billy.
Because if
It's
that
just
happens, then Mahomes is winning it again. That's what's
Right,
happening.
right, right,
right.
right. Oh man. And then top 100 players also just finished coming out this past week here. No big surprise at who number 1 was, of course, being Patrick Mahomes, but 3
Right?
of the top 10, and I think this is the first time in NFL history that they've done the top 100 that one team had 3 players in the top 10, if I remember
Really?
seeing that stat. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually surprising to me.
And I may be totally talking out of my wahoo here, but
Feel free to fact check us in the
yeah,
comments, y'all.
please fact check
That's
me here.
that's wrong.
I'm pretty sure I saw that, and I've been sitting here thinking too. I'm like, has that? I mean, what other team could that have possibly happened with? Um,
Patriots would be my guess.
well, but like even then though, who are the individual star players on the Patriots compared to them just being a team, right? Uh,
Right.
but
This is the first time.
yes, first time one team had
Okay.
3 players in the top 100.
Yeah.
So, And of course, the
Interesting.
three were what? Number one, Patrick Mahomes. Number five, Travis Kelsey, and
Hmm.
number 10, Chris Jones.
Yeah,
Which, God dang it, pay that man. What are we doing?
I
What are
know.
we doing?
Oh man, I
Are
I
we
know
gonna have a defense?
I know they'll figure out a way to get him money. They will. Right now, it's just
Woo!
more about figuring out how to do it.
They
It's
taking us down to the wire with that.
they'll
Just a little bit.
because he's still in contract through this year, right? And then it's next year he's out. Is that right?
Yes, I believe that's the. Oh, he's in his final year.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. Especially with the whole like, there's that, and then we got Charles Omenihu out for 6 weeks. Got a bunch of rookies on the D line. I'm like, this not looking good, y'all. I
He
know
needs some
everyone likes
help.
to believe that the Chiefs are just Patrick Mahomes and nothing else, but we do need some defense, guys.
I mean,
We need some defense. So
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
I
Yeah,
don't
not as much as defense used to be needed, with the way the game has
right.
evolved. But Chris Jones would be nice to have back
It'd be nice to have
secured.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Give him the
we,
bag.
I don't want this stuff looking like Bob Sutton again. Okay,
Oh God.
I don't
But
want the
who?
Bob Sutton
Huh?
defense. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Alan's
have
going through some
flashbacks.
PTSD right
Yes,
now. Just we'll have
yes.
to give
Yeah.
her a minute.
I hope I
Gotta
gave
wipe that.
I hope I gave
I
everyone
still.
listening PTSD enough to go tweet at the Chiefs and be like, "Yo,
Right,
Yeah.
pay this
saying,
man
pay this man.
right now."
Y'all,
Pay
I
this
still
man.
recall where I was sitting the moment we all found out he was Dunzo from the kingdom.
Just the happiest day of your life, was it? Is that?
Because I'm pretty sure I was flying back from that AFC game, that championship game
Oh
that
wow.
Oh man,
yeah. So
fantastic.
anyways, that's that level of PTSD.
Yeah. All right. So they have also released the unofficial depth chart from training camp. So I figured we could just run through the obvious here, talk about those things. I got the offense on the screen now, but before we talk about the depth chart itself, is there any training camp news you all wanted to discuss?
Like Travis
Um,
Kelsey's mustache, that sort of
Oh
news.
my God. No, we we,
No?
we don't
Okay,
we don't
just
talk
kidding.
about these things. We don't talk
y'all act
about
like
poor
this is
life
new.
choices.
He's been doing this. He did this last year.
He did. And then
The
when he
Kelsey
finally said, it, I was like,
stash.
oh my God, his mustache. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's done it before, y'all. Just give him
that
some
ain't stopping him.
time.
I promise. He's probably still doing
Exactly.
just fine.
You meant football news. Okay. Get back to that.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
guess we could
official here.
talk about football here if we want to. We don't have to. All right. So I mean, I don't think there's any real surprise on the offensive side when it does come to the depth chart. Three wide receivers will be MVS, Kadarius Toney, and Sky Moore. I think that's pretty well to be expected. As far as yeah, I mean, tight end, yeah, obviously. Pacheco's the number one running back there. So it seems like this is the death knell of CEH. Well, I think you had a prediction that it's like CEH wouldn't even end up suiting up for us this year. Is that right, or is it like what was
I don't remember what I
it
said.
was
I don't
something?
think it was
Yeah,
that.
something along the lines like
Yeah, something
he'd end up
along. Yeah.
traded
Oh
or
no, I said
yeah,
he was going. Yeah, I did. You know what? That was it. I said him and McCole were both going to be gone.
yeah,
So I got that half right.
half right there.
McCole,
Half of it.
obviously a Jet now, but yeah, I'm actually surprised, especially when Ceh was at like the fashion show instead of the parade. I was like, yeah, he's gone, but no, looks like he's still here.
And I know he has missed a couple of practices now because of injury. And if I remember hearing right, Prince has kind of stepped up and showed out a little bit.
He sure
So,
has.
Yes, yes, generic Prince.
how
I've heard that as well.
how much of it is that we have to be holding on to CEH just because the money he's getting, or are we looking at a possibility where when the 53-man roster comes out, someone's not on it? Who knows?
Uh, we'll have to see. I mean, he made it further than I expected him to. So
Yeah, yeah. I think the one that's a big surprise for me is Jawan Taylor is our
oh,
predicted
I thought you were going
starting
to say
right
Blaine
tackle.
Gabbert.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, second stringer, Blaine Gabbert, ready to go.
Yeah, I was like,
He'll
wow.
lead us to
No,
the
Oh
promised
my God.
land. Oh man.
We don't want that. Knock on wood, everyone.
No, no. Yeah.
No, yeah, we good. We good.
um,
Tell him Mizzou grad and all, but no, we good.
right.
No, no, no.
No, we don't care about those anymore.
That's
No.
why he's second string.
All right. No, I really thought Jawan would end up being our left tackle. I mean, of course, that was before Donovan Smith was on the team, but I was a little bit surprised to see that this is kind of seems to be what is set in stone now. Is Taylor will be
Hmm.
our, guarding the right hand side with Smith guarding the left hand side. Yang, of course, will plug and play as needed, which is inevitable when it comes to those,
Yeah,
offensive positions. So I'm glad to see he's, still kicking around because,
yeah. Because didn't they say? Yeah, I thought the whole thing was Jawan was supposed to be the left tackle. I guess they
uh huh.
decided because he had never played left tackle.
Yep.
I guess they decided that's probably not the right move then. Because I remember in the press conference he was saying how he believed he could learn it. But
Yeah.
yeah, interesting.
Yeah, because that was all before we got Donovan Smith. So I think if we didn't get Smith, Taylor would be the one at left tackle, and Yang would be starting right tackle. That seemed to be where it was trending to me, at least at the time.
Sure.
Um, I mean, it's nice that we'll keep him in his natural position at right tackle there.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt I'm sure the scenario is if Smith goes down, Taylor's swapping over to the left, and Yang comes in at right. Um,
Sure.
that seems to be the smart case there. Um, and then of course, it's nice to have the depth of Niang there, and then of course Prince Tega too. He'll probably be pretty good. I know we haven't really seen him play, and then I mean, yeah, we kept the same three interior linemen, the three gods amongst men who are those individuals and ridiculously good. So I said, nice. The interior is definitely going to be protected, and then with the backup of Allegretti there too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good about the offense. We've got everyone where I kind of expect them to be. Um, except for like you said, Juwan Taylor, but even still, I think that's a plus. Obviously, he's playing where he knows how to play. Um, yeah, man, I think we'll be right back in the mix. Cannot wait.
Cannot wait whatsoever. All right, defense. Um,
I mean, we kind of touched on it with Chris Jones.
Yeah,
right. I mean, yeah. I don't know what there is much to talk about here. Mike Dana starts starting left edge, which is I that's a problem, right? I don't know much about him really. I don't know about
I
you
mean, he
guys.
was okay when he came in and had to be, utilized, but
Yeah.
now is that because
yeah.
Aminihu is suspended? Is that why?
Oh, and I mean, it could just be a case where, yeah, he's suspended, so they just have to put him in at first string for the time being.
Yeah,
I mean, I
because
really,
I thought the whole point was like I thought the whole point of signing Aminihu was um be for to replace obviously Frank Clark.
yeah, it was. And then, of course, we drafted Felix too, to come
Yeah,
in and, try to fill in that role. But Felix, is looking at third string. But if you consider
yeah,
defensive end as just a singular position, I mean, he's down to fifth or sixth string here.
right.
Hmm.
So I was kind of surprised to see him so far back in the lineup. I don't know if it's just because he is a rookie or not. Yeah, it's going to be
Uh,
interesting to see how the defensive end position ends up shaking out. They also probably don't want to start a rookie and a second year guy, right
Yeah.
away. It seems like a recipe for disaster. But
I feel like they've tried that before. It didn't work out so well. So yeah, it's fine. Like give him some time to develop, and
hmm
then yeah, we'll see what he looks like once we need him down the stretch.
and I do like seeing that we're in a 4-3 too. I think with how our team shakes out depth wise, that's the smartest way for us to be going. Just two defensive tackles, Will and Nandi be playing nose tackle or not, who knows for sure? Because I think that's a pretty good position for him. But yeah, it's nice that we have, Ford lining up down instead of the 3-4 that seems to be really popular these days.
Absolutely.
And
Oh,
then,
cool.
thank God for Bolton coming back. I'm really excited to see Chanel in a more of a starting role. And then, yeah, Willie Gay is just Willie Gay. We all love him, I think, right?
I
Absolutely.
think that's going to be fun to
Absolutely.
watch because, Leo's no longer a rookie.
Mm-hmm.
We know that what studs we have in Willie and in Nick. So that's fun to see them come back and continue to develop.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then, of course, Trent McDuffie. I think he had a stellar year towards the end of the year there. Sneed, too. Just is Sneed. I know I've been hearing a lot of stuff coming out about Watson, too, from training camp, and it seems like he seems to be, you know, stepping in and capable of playing that third uh, cornerback as necessary.
Mm. He did. He did well. He did well.
Yeah. 99 yards, longest
Yeah, there we
interception
go.
return for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think he did. He did a little something. Yeah,
He's living on that one for sure. And then
for
Brian
sure.
Cook, Justin Reed playing safeties. I mean, yeah,
Mm,
that was to be expected too, right? So nothing too crazy there. It'll be
100%.
one of those things where time will tell. Will we keep a good enough defense in order to keep our offense into it, or will this group end up, you know, having some struggles? It'll be fun to watch, and I think that's what makes me happy about the fact that we don't play the Bengals so early in the season. I want to see these
Mm-hmm.
guys get tested a little bit, go from there.
Yeah.
Just re-sign our boy. That's all
Yeah,
I ask.
just give him whatever he wants. I don't
Give
care.
him his money.
About whatever he
He's
wants,
proven
but
it again and again.
yeah,
Absolutely.
he wants to be here.
All right.
But
What was the last thing? Some other catch-up news. So yeah, Raw, you alluded to it earlier, but good old Eric Bieniemy.
yeah, yeah. Have y'all been catching? You seen what's going on with that?
No, update us.
Yeah. So it's been reported. Uh, Ron Rivera came out said that a couple of the players expressed concerns about Bieniemy's coaching style.
Oh boy.
So saying he was just a little too intense for them. So
What?
that's been kind of a yeah, right. Kind of a talking point recently. Jamal Charles and I believe Tyreek Hill both came to his defense. Of course,
Nicole
your
Hardman
I
boy
do recall. Yes.
and Tyreek Hill did too.
McCole. Yeah, McCole did too. Yes.
And Tyreek, yeah.
And of course, your boy Shady on Speak
Oh
was
yeah, he ran his
yeah
mouth.
having his field day. Yeah, wherever they aired their show today or yesterday, talking about, see, I told y'all. But
Well,
it is interesting that this is a thing. I didn't know this. I mean, obviously we're not on the field with them. Like, do you guys think that? I mean, there's no other way to say it. Do you think the Washington players are being too soft about all of this, or is there like maybe a legitimate concern? Because I mean, remember, it was a whole what 3 or 4 years this guy could not get a job. Like, do you guys
Yeah.
think
right.
that was maybe part of it, like his coaching style,
You know,
is what the concern was?
I don't think somebody can get to the level of an NFL player and have the kind of concerns that these players had without it having some air of legitimacy, right? Because Raw, we were both at KU when Mangino got fired for his whole little, poking the
Yeah,
chest of a player too hard. But in that case,
yeah,
like that was like a situation where it's, was it as simple as this was a booster's son and the booster's son got his feelings hurt, and so all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden Mangino's shown the door. That that kind of thing can happen at the college level, especially when your program's KU, right? It's not like it was
right,
Alabama or something like that. Like, that's pretty easy for a coach to get fired there. But you can't tell me these are individuals who make it to the NFL. They're the top, a couple hundred players in the world here to some, extent. Yeah, sure, they're playing for the Commanders, but still, like, You can line the Commanders team up against
So
any
the
other
NFL.
non-NFL team in the world, and the Commanders will win by 50 plus points, right?
Right, right.
So that's kind of where the struggle is for me. Is just like, all right, I can see Hill and Nicole and all these guys coming to EB's defense, but also when these guys were under EB, they had Big Daddy Andy Reid there too. So how much was it?
Yeah.
EB would be the big stick while Andy Reid's the one over there talking softly. And then now suddenly EB is in a position where he is the offense guy now because Ron Rivera is a defensive coach. So
Yeah.
EB's God and King when it comes to offense, and is this now showing why he didn't get a head coaching job? I
But do
Yep.
you think that that would have come out during all those years where he was interviewing for those head coach positions and was being turned down? Because I
That's what I'm
don't see
saying.
how would the people who interviewed him have really known that? You know what I mean? It's like he's been
Right.
put in a position where the players haven't experienced that before because they've had the juxtaposition of like Andy Reid with Eric Bieniemy, and
mm-hmm.
now it's not that. So I don't know that that could be valid in terms of why he wasn't hired all those years
Well,
ago.
but we don't know any of the reasons why he wasn't hired over the past
True.
3-4 years either. We have no reason to believe it's this or not this. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because the other obvious thing is, the elephant in the room when it comes to hiring black coaches. But you know,
But
now,
in his case, I don't know. I
yeah,
just don't know,
now it's kind of
man.
like, wait a second, right?
Because some black
Yeah,
coaches got hired, and he was still, sitting on the
not it. Mm-hmm.
what's his name over in Houston?
Lovey Smith.
Got hired over him.
Yeah.
No, no, not Lovie
Oh,
Smith. Their current
Oh,
coach.
you talking about Crennel?
No, their
When
their
he
their
got
new
turned
coach
around?
that
Oh,
just got hired.
oh gosh.
I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the
Yeah,
name,
this is
guys.
looking real good here,
I
isn't
know
it?
great.
it's a podcast, right?
Oh
Yeah, yeah.
man. Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I can only put so much stock in like people saying, no, you just weak when it's coming to players that
Miko
have got
Ryans.
There
yeah,
we
there
go.
it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I think at this point now it's like now we have to see what comes out on the field because then if the players won't
Yeah,
play for them too when it comes to
yeah.
games, then yeah, it
That
really
is one
starts to
thing.
show. Because I mean, how many times did we see clips of him and Mahomes yelling at each other? We
It
saw
was
it
a
more than
couple.
yeah,
Oh,
we saw it more than a
Yeah, it was a
couple of
couple.
oh,
times, right? Um,
Yeah.
and of course,
you
Mahomes
bring
would
up
always
such a valid point.
yeah, Mahomes would always write it off as we're just two competitive guys, all this kind of stuff. But now
Right?
it's kind of like, all right,
Were
how much
you?
of yeah, how much of that was you two being competitive guys, and how much was it you saying that because you need to say that? It's it's not what I want to say because I was hoping for great success for B Enemy, but man, if it's coming out that maybe this is the case, maybe it's the case.
Well, you made a good point about he's got to be able to motivate, and his players have to respect him, right? Like at
Hmm.
the end of the day, different styles work for different people, I guess. But I would say, I mean, that hard nosed, old school style that he's bringing. Um, I mean, it's not like that doesn't win football games. Like, I mean, obviously with the enemy himself, but I mean, there's you'll get like Julian Edelman and stuff. They talk about the Patriots way
Belichick,
and how
yeah,
much it sucked,
yeah.
but they won. They did. They won a lot of games. So, and I bring it back to Netflix. I'm thinking of Michael Jordan, right, in The Last Dance, or like, he's talking about. Well, people might say he wasn't a nice guy and he was a tyrant. He's like, well, maybe that's you because you never won anything. So that's what I would say to those Commanders players. You guys never won. You guys haven't won anything.
Hmm.
So maybe this is something you could look at. Being able
Yeah.
to adapt to. Like so.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're
I like
not
where you're
there,
going
so
with
it's
that.
respecting like. But I mean, I've been in tough coaching situations. I'm sure on any level, any level.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's different styles of motivation, but at the end of the day, what helps you win games is kind of what um you need to adhere to. As long as it's doesn't go to too far, like some what's his name, the Mangino situation.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and just the Commanders organization in
It's a
general,
mess.
right?
They have
It's a
nothing
hot
but
mess.
problems.
It's been a hot
Yeah,
mess. It's all it's been. But like this year, finally, they actually have attendance at their training camp.
yeah,
You know, people are
exactly.
actually coming out and checking it out.
Dan
You need
Snyder's
somebody to
What?
get
finally
them
gone. Yeah.
organized, man.
It'll be.
You need someone to kind of like be a little tough on them, like to get everybody kind of in line, because it's been a hot mess. Like, and that includes Ron Rivera. He's been the one coaching the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did they do? Like, so
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see. But that's
No.
enough Commanders talk, I'd say.
No,
Unless
Yeah.
y'all
sure.
got anything else to add to that.
No,
Right.
no. It's Eric Enemy talk, raw. It's
Right. He
Eric
just
the
Right, for
happens
sure,
to
for
be at
sure,
the Commanders. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh man.
Two-time Super Bowl champion Eric Bieniemy talk. Commanders fans, if you ever happen to listen to this podcast, just
from
remember
the
that.
from the great state of Washington. So
Oh my God,
Oh,
the
Marky.
cup.
the
Oh,
Oh
cup
my
that'll
God.
that'll live rent free in my head forever. That was
Oh
freaking
my God, I
hilarious.
remember that. Yes, that was terrible. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway, you said
Anyways,
you got some free agents.
I
I haven't really been paying too much attention to free agents, so I wonder which ones you're thinking about.
and the big one, of course, that happened this week was Kareem Hunt signing for the Saints. That
Colts.
was, or,
hmm.
Did he sign for the Saints?
yeah, it was the Saints,
He
right?
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, he went. He did a workout with them, and they said he signed. But
They
then I
signed
saw
him
he
later
was
that
going to.
day.
They saw
I
him
felt
later that
like
day.
they worked
Okay.
him out and signed pretty quickly right afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Because I heard he was going to visit the Colts after. We're good for him. Good for Kareem.
I think that's
Another
a
former Chief.
I think that's a good landing spot
That's the
for
only
him.
one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good spot.
Absolutely.
Um, yeah, no, that's pretty much the big one that I had. News-wise, I'm trying to find a list of players that are still kind of out there right now. Yeah,
Yeah. The
you
dust
know,
is starting to settle.
of course, I find a list for top people who will be free agents in 2024. So, we can always. Oh man, we
Yeah.
don't care
Prepare
about
y'all. We're a
that.
year ahead of the game.
Right, right. Apparently, we're already talking about this. So, other. Let's see, other big signings here. Teddy Bridgewater signed for the Lions.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting. It's like when we were looking at the power rankings, the Lions coming in at 11th. They're the
Yeah. I
highest
did see that.
highest NFC North team, so that'll be an interesting
Saw
development.
smoke.
And I think Teddy Bridgewater is the kind of guy you want to be backing up your starting quarterback if you're trying to make a good run. So.
Oh, for sure. Well, he did a great job backing up Drew Brees. Wait, who was it? Yeah,
Well, he
wasn't
was
it?
he was behind Drew
I
Brees.
mean, that
He
was
was behind.
Yes.
yeah.
He was at the Vikings for a second too, right?
So, like, yeah, every time
He's
their
been a
quarterback
journeyman.
got
He's been a
injured,
journeyman.
he did a great job every time he had to step in and be the backup.
Yeah.
So he's
Okay.
solid. He's solid.
Okay. This is all nice praises for Teddy Bridgewater. I have no faith in the Lions at all. No,
Right.
no, we're not entertaining. Number 11,
But
that's too
this is
high.
important to talk about because we opened our season.
I know,
Against
Our
the
right?
regular
Lions.
I know
season
That's
we
true.
I
against
know,
the Lions.
and it
You
makes no
know?
sense. It makes no sense to me. That's the game y'all picked. You could have been Miami.
Right.
Come on, people.
Totally could
Oh
have.
my.
But yeah.
We could have put the Lions one in Germany.
Oh, did you guys know that the Texans were playing the Patriots right now?
Oh, is
Oh,
it? Yeah,
that's
preseason.
right.
Yeah, preseason.
Oh my heavens.
I'm looking for this game. I'm like, wait a second, why is there a game on
Speaking of
right
Denise
now?
Ryan,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, who cares about that?
It's live.
It's
We're back.
live. We're
Football's
back. Where's the
people.
football?
Yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
There's some football, y'all.
Oh man.
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely. You
I
want
know,
to talk about quarterback?
well,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, and then the other big thing too is where will Jonathan Taylor land? You guys think he stays at the Colts, or
Oh,
is there gonna be an offer that lands that the Colts are willing to trade him for? Because that's been a whole mess in and
I
of
don't
Is he
itself.
know.
healthy? Is he
I don't
healthy?
know. He
Well,
said he is.
according to him, he is, yeah.
Yeah.
But how much is that him just saying whatever he needs to say in order to get
Right.
a new job because he does not want to be at the Colts anymore, and
Oh, he
I
doesn't.
can't blame him. I wouldn't want to be there either.
I think they'll trade him. I mean, I think we've seen enough that like there's no sense in keeping somebody around who's not going to add to morale for the team. And if
Mm-hmm.
you know a player doesn't
True.
want to be there, I feel like it doesn't make sense to have him in that locker room.
100%.
Well, but the issue is, though, this is the issue with that Hong, is that right now he's on his rookie deal still, so you're not
Right.
going to get much for him, and teams are going to come for him.
Oh,
I mean, if I'm the Colts, I'm unless somebody comes at me with a sweet, sweet deal, I don't think I'm getting rid of him just because it's like, nah. I mean, we're paying you pennies right now. We want to get the
Right.
most
yeah.
out of you that we can because we know you're gone next year no matter what. Because there's no chance he resigns with the Colts whatsoever. So you got to get what you can out of him. And if team's not going to give you a really good trade, then you force that guy to work as much as you possibly can. So then
Absolutely.
will he sit? What'll happen from there?
Yeah, we'll
It'd
see.
be interesting.
That'll be the one because yeah, the beginning of the training camp, it was like several running backs. We didn't know what was going to happen. Now it seems like he's the main one holding out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I mean, running backs need to
Uh,
start getting paid too because
oh yeah, for
it's
sure.
it's getting ridiculous. Yeah, what those guys
Yeah,
are.
I felt it.
Poor
Some
stuff. All
some
right.
CEH. You don't need to pay him.
Except
I'm
see,
sorry.
hey, you know what? Maybe
I'm
we can
sorry.
trade him to the Colts. Oh
For
man,
Jonathan Taylor, that would be the
imagine.
craziest trade in NFL
And we'd
history.
have to give up somebody else, of course, some picks, but
Right.
you know. We don't need
Yeah.
Taylor. We don't need Taylor. I said this on Twitter. We
No,
don't
we're
need
good.
him.
We're
Yeah,
good.
we're all right. Pacheco will be fine, and I mean, we still got McKinnon, which is nice. If we ever were to lose
It's that
McKinnon,
combination. Yeah, it's
mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
combination that works for us. They both are very good at what they do. It's kind of like a better version of when we had Ware and West.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
tandem situation. So yeah,
absolutely. All right,
I like it.
finish us up with some quarterbacks talk then.
So wait, am I the only one that's seen it all?
You have only. I don't know that we should talk about this
Do we
this
hold
time.
off? We hold off
We
on it.
Okay,
hold off,
okay.
and then Billy, you and I have homework to do. So
Oh God.
no
I
more
have some
putting it off.
actual homework to do too, so this is going to be awful.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes,
Can I
Rob.
just
Go
say?
ahead.
I'll say some non-spoilerness about it then.
Cool.
I think I
I
know how it
was not.
ends. Patrick Mahomes wins the trophy, right? That's how it ends, right?
God, you're good.
Man, damn, you must have looked it up,
I
man.
must. I got it spoiled for me already.
Yeah. No, but I just want to say, like, we watch all this NFL film stuff, and for the most, and I enjoy them, but for the most part, they're the same. What I enjoyed about this is it did feel just a little bit more raw than something like Hard Knocks. So that's
Hmm.
all I'll say. Like, and it was worth watching. And I think if you, and this is not my words, this is like Seth Kaiser, um, uh, he said if you are like a suburban white guy, Kirk Cousins will make you feel seen. Like that was like his takeaway from that. So yeah, I'll just say if you are not a Kirk Cousins fan, I think you will be, no matter who you are,
After
after you
that.
watch this.
After this one.
Yeah, I think you
Oh
will
my
be.
gosh.
Yes, 100%. I mean, you're already. I'm assuming you're listening to this. You're already a Mahomes fan. It's not. That's not going to change. You are already a Mahomes fan. You're going to be more. You're going to be a Mahomes fan when it's all said and done. Probably not a Britney fan from what I hear on Twitter, but
Well, yeah, and it's funny that you say that because I've had more than a couple people reach out to me and say they've changed their mind on Brittany and they're a little more positive on her. And I'm just like, why are you
well, that's
reaching
Really?
out to
good.
me to tell
Yeah.
me this?
That's good.
But okay.
No, I'm happy to hear that
Yeah.
because yeah, it just seems like
There
once
was a lot.
you're
There is a lot of hate for her.
once you're
Sadly.
on that list, it's hard to get off. It seems
I
like
said we're
so.
we're gonna
Yeah.
start a campaign, and maybe this will just be me, and you two will disagree with me. But let's stop channeling the hate towards Brittany and start channeling it towards Jackson, because
I
he
don't hate
deserves
him
it.
either. I know
All
he's
right.
stupid, but I don't hate him.
Oh, with this stuff
Oh,
coming
okay.
out about this court case against him, I'm starting to
Yeah.
hate him a little bit
Yeah.
more and more.
Yeah. There's a lot
He's
going
an
on with that.
idiot. Okay, he's an idiot.
Listen. This is a Jackson free zone. We don't.
Jackson
We're,
Freeze.
Yeah,
Only
that's true.
Jackson
Let's
will
just
mention is Jacksonville. We ain't talking about Jackson
okay,
Mahomes right
fine.
on this channel. He on his own. He is on his own at this point. All right.
Yeah.
Well, damn. I didn't realize y'all didn't watch it. I thought y'all had watched it.
Nah,
But
no, I
worth
need to.
watching.
Instead, I've been
Watch
too
that,
busy
and then
watching a show called Flashpoint, which was a Canadian cop procedural show, like in the early 2000s. Because
what?
this is what I
What?
spend my
Serious?
time watching, apparently.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
is it
We'll
good?
watch.
It's good. It's really good. I'd highly recommend it.
It's very
Good enough.
specific.
He hasn't watched quarterback on account of it, so you know.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right.
There we
Oh,
Well,
go.
is that it?
that's the hour. There we go. We did
Yeah.
it.
All
We
right,
got it
yo.
done.
Nice
We
to get
summed
back
up the
to some
entire
food.
NFL offseason in 55 minutes. Well done, guys.
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
didn't we didn't miss a single thing.
Honorable mention: Brashad Breeland got arrested. Not dishonorable mention, I guess.
Dishonorable mention.
But
Oh
Dishonorable.
no, you want to talk
dishonorable
about
mention.
somebody getting arrested though? Y'all heard that?
Oh God.
Mr. Wolf himself got arrested finally, right?
Yes. Finally got
Oh my
arrested.
god!
Who's out in your
Speaking
neck
of,
of the woods,
Oh.
wasn't he,
I'm
Hung?
gonna bring it back to Netflix one more time. We need this documentary. We need
The
this.
documentary needs to happen for sure.
Fear and
We need
Loathing
this.
and KC Wolf. That's what we need. Yeah.
Yes.
Good God.
A wolf
Man.
among us, bro.
Wolf
Bro,
am-
what do you mean? Like it's right there. It's right there.
Oh goodness gracious. God, he was.
God,
That's a story.
that whole thing.
Well, I'm glad they found him. I'm glad he's gone. I just am tired of people saying that he's associated with the Chiefs. So, you know,
Right. We're done with him. He's out. Bring X
he's
Factor
out.
back, right? That
We won't
well-adjusted
discuss
human
all
being.
the other dishonorable mentions. They're not Chiefs related, but they're NFL related. You know,
Right.
there are a few, but we'll end the show. We'll catch up on next time. And
For sure. For sure.
Absolutely.
All right, people. Well, yeah, it's been fun. I see we had a few listeners tonight. Thank you again for listening in. I'll start with myself if that's all right, guys. You can find me on, I guess it's called X now, formerly Twitter,
Jesus Christ.
Instagram, and Threads at the Almighty Rob.
You're on Threads.
You can
How
find-
is Threads? Are you liking it?
I don't think I've posted since I joined. So I mean, you can join
You better
if you
get on
want. Go ahead and follow me if you want. That'll give me a reason to post. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Anyway,
Sorry, what's your
And then-
tag on there?
The same.
the Almighty
the
Raw.
same as
Yeah, it's the
Instagram.
Almighty Raw
Almighty
across
Raw.
the board. Yep. On TikTok as well. So yeah, follow our show, SOT Kingdom KC, on Twitter. We also have the link to our Discord and our YouTube channel. Billy, where can they find you?
All right, Twitter's the best place. X, I guess, now, at Chef Doobles. I've been streaming a lot more, too. I went back to Twitch to stream. It was working better, so I'm on there, Chef Doobles as well. CHEFDOOBLES. Yeah, come watch me pretend like I can play video games semi-competently. It's awesome. It's terrible. I'm awful. All right, what about you, Hung?
Great selling.
All right, so
Thank
yes,
you.
it is a great selling point. Exactly. Well, come along wherever you are at, whether it be X. That sounds weird to say. Whether it be X, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, YouTube. What else are we missing, y'all? Facebook, Snapchat, all the things, y'all. Come along for the football fanatic. Stay for the journey, the inspiration, the mom life. So first and last name, Hong Forrest. Come along there, HUONG FORREST, y'all.
Absolutely. Well, we should see you guys. I don't know if we I guess preseason is off to the start. Unless something crazy happens, just keep an eye out, y'all. Keep an eye out.
Absolutely.
We might do like
We'll be
a
getting more regular
preseason
soon
show.
here.
Yeah, and we'll definitely be getting more regular throughout the season. But obviously, we just gave y'all our handles, so please give us a follow. We'll follow back. And yeah, we look forward to talking to y'all soon. But until then, go Chiefs.
Go Chiefs.